the link and put it into ORL general. It's getting in a second.
All right.
Alrighty, everyone, hello and welcome to the opening round of Season 5, Tier 2 here in ORL. And it is exciting times up and down the grid. We should have 19 drivers by coming the end of quali for this opening round. Get excited, lads, and I'm joined by Senna in the comms box.
Hello, and welcome to season 5 for tier 2. New drivers, as like most of the grid has gone and switched teams, apart from one driver in particular. Mr. Kier plays in the Alpine. We also got a few new faces on this grid, and a few returning ones.
Yeah, a lot of returning ones, but we've also got some new ones, as you said before. We got Magic Shot now joining the ORL grid. And we also have Jaden Squires full-time joining ORL grid, but he has raced here before. But mostly it's a returning grid with big hitters like Sparks, Kia, Kizzy, Milan, all returning. And the return of the most dominant driver in ORL history, Vipermon, is returning to Tier 2 after a season sabbatical in Tier 1, as we feel he has got the pace now to be back in Tier 2 and not in Tier 1. So let's see if he can go for a Tier 2 back-to-back for him, because the last time he was in Tier 2, he absolutely dominated. So let's see how this championship will begin.
Let's see how everyone will fare on this technical street circuit. Technically a street circuit, but no one really wants to go into detail with that for some reason.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mix, because it is a street circuit, but it drives like a normal racetrack. It's just a bit tighter, and with the barriers a bit closer. As the first person to be setting a lap here in Season 5 of ORL will be Frosty in the Haas, so let's see what he can manage as he's going through the end of Sector 1 now, flat out through the right hand kink. And now just quickly get it dialed back across with some downforce on the front end, make it bite, and now flat out down this long straight. It's not really a straight, but it is a straight at the same time, as we have DRS wide open here as you head towards the tricky section, turn 9 and 10. Be sure not to go too hard in back across to the right, because you can easily spin. He keeps it quite nice, but holds 7th gear to avoid wheel spin, as now heading down into turn 11 and get it crossed up through the right-hander. I mean, not crossed up, just get it through, and then just a bit of a lift. Now down to 3rd gear through the hairpin, and to round out the lap, a hard traction zone with a right-hander here at Australia. Get the DRS open to the line. What's the lap time going to be for the first lap in Season 5? It's going to be a 1 minute 17.7. So there's time to find for Frosty, and it's a time for all of these drivers to chase, and I'm sure they will. Sparks goes with an 18.8 here for his first lap in Season 5. I'm sure he won't be happy with that. But we have a long round ahead of us and a long season ahead of us here. So let's get excited for this.
That's a very impressive lap from Frosty to kick us off. Sparks not having the best time, but I think he's done what we call a non-ERS run, where you only go for a lap without any ERS. Now he's going to be on full attack on warm tires. He is 2 tenths up in the first sector. Heading towards the second sector, he is 9 tenths up. Watch as he is going to topple that Haas as Jane Squires goes to P2 in the Mercedes. Heading into the right-hander, he's going to be on the attack. Kia Plays goes to pole position with a 17.0. What a lap from him. Heading through the very tricky last couple of corners as Sparks absolutely loses it through the
He's invalid,
last
by the
corner
way. He's invalid.
line. And it's going to be a 17.6.
Yeah, he invalidated. That's why I was looking at Jaden on. I was trying to fit a word in. No, it's all good.
I was just enjoying the lap that Sparks was putting on.
Yeah,
but,
just try to
that
keep the
lap
track map
was
up so you can see when it goes red.
Yeah, I did have the track map on. I just didn't really bother to check the bottom of it.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
As on board with Mickey, as he's coming to the middle sector split, and he's 1.3 seconds up on his time. Heading through the chicane, getting a very good exit off that chicane. Heading towards the right-hander, sending it down to third, keeping it in a straight line. That's not the hardest. It's a pretty hard thing to do in these cars. Heading through the last two corners, trying to not get the car in the barriers. He's going to come across the line. It's going to be an 18.2, putting him P4. Alpine looking pretty strong off the start here.
Yeah,
and it's Kia Plays again.
Speaking of looking strong
dominating
here,
qualifying.
Yeah. Speaking of looking strong here, we haven't seen him do a lap yet, but he's looking quite fast right now. Vipermon, the Season 3 champion of Tier 2, never mind, he's just invalidated, but he was going very, very fast, so we'll see more of him as this quali goes on. So, sadly, we didn't get to see that lap completed, but I'm sure it would have been up there in that top 3 zone.
Yeah, it would have been. As Vipermon really wanting to go for a back-to-back championship in Tier 2, which hasn't really been done before, has it?
Yeah, well, I mean, he didn't race last season, so some people wouldn't count back-to-back, but, yeah, I mean, he's got a battle with Hudman over the course of this season, who's also been kept in Tier 2 after a slight rule change and an adjustment to our champion has to move up rule. So, obviously, Hudman isn't here today. He was meant to be reserving for McLaren, but he's just not alive, apparently. So I need to get an invite to someone.
Magic shot. He is on fire. He was 3 tenths up on his previous time. Coming through the last couple of corners, he loses the rear and he's gone into the gravel in the process.
It's just not there. Okay.
That's not going to help him move up the order. It was going to be somewhere near the 18.1s. That would have been a solid P4 or 5 if he could.
Oh, it's PS Bomber in the wall.
Down. Oh.
Yeah, he put himself in the wall
Where
there down the straight, but he got back onto the road without any damage, so I'm sure he'll just come back into the pit lane. Meanwhile, Frosty, 400th up on his lap time, so if he can just improve a little bit entering the third sector, he'll move up a position probably. Well, actually, he has to move up 3 tenths, but we'll see what he can manage here.
Down. 700's down in the middle sector, heading towards the right-hander. He's going before the 50-meter board. He's made that corner look easy for most of the drivers heading through the second to last corner, and he's aborted the lap.
Yeah, he got all out of shape and just came into the pit lane. So unfortunate for him. So a couple of drivers on their outlaps now heading for their second runs. A notable one of which is Milan. Didn't get a full-time drive, but is now sitting back in his glorious Aston Martin. He wasn't there last season, but in Season 3, he definitely loved it, and J-Man saw the opportunity to snatch him as a reserve this week, and he took it. So Milan back in the Aston Martin, where he'd really want to be now, and let's see what he can manage for his first valid lap in qualifying here. Flying through Sector 1, back up on the throttle, don't invalidate, and he doesn't. Now flat out through the kink. I don't know how much Milan has played the F1 game recently. We haven't really seen much of him. That's why he didn't get signed to a seat, and he wasn't even in the server while the draft went on, but he's now back and ready to go as he's going to open up the DRS straight, down the straight here, heading down into turn 9 and 10, as you just got to be confident through here, and down to 6th gear, get the car rotated. He was a little bit wide there, and makes a bit of a mockery of turn 9 and 10, so he's going to bleed a lot of lap time for that, but heading into Sector 3, it's still going to be an alright lap. He'll have time to find through his last lap in qualifying, but for the moment he'll be pretty content with this. Just a dab of the brakes for some people with high enough downforce, just a lift. Now get it back across for the hairpin, now easy through the traction zone, up to 4th, up to 5th, opening the DRS, don't lose it off the exit curb, and now to the line. He's going to set a 1 minute 18.4, so he moves up into the top 8.
Bad time for a returnee on that sense. On board with Kizzy, one of my picks for Red Bull. My other pick was meant to be here, but he's decided not to show up for the first round. On board with him, heading towards turn 1, braking before the 50-meter board, heading into 5th gear as he's gone back on the power as quick as possible, heading towards turn 3. You gotta be very delicate with the gears, as Kizzy has managed to make it look very simple, heading through 4, 5, and 6. The corners come very fast as he is 3/10 up on his previous time. He's gonna need a lot of top speed heading down this very curvy but very fast back straight. Opening up the DRS towards the middle sector split. He's going to set a 44.7. He's 8/10 up on his previous time, and this is where you can gain the most time. The last sector, heading towards the right-hander. He's kept it in 3rd. He's got a very good exit through that corner, heading towards the second to last corner and the last corner. He's kind of lost it on the exit slightly, heading towards the straight, and the finish line is gonna be an 18.0. Not bad from Kizzy. He goes and jumps the season 4 champion. No, sorry, not season 4, season 3 champion. What am I on?
Yeah, so the car ahead of him there in that train was Magic Shot, and he's came in again, so he's not having an easy time in this qualifying session, as it would seem. So Mercedes have one driver up into the top 3 and one driver down in P11 with only one run to go in quali, as Spicy just about improves, and oh, he's cutting the track, which you're not allowed to do. Okay then, anyway. Sparks also invalidated, so the Ferrari's not having a good time of things right now, down in P12 and P13, as we're still trying to get Apex Dig into the lobby, but he's just having some
MX's little squad hasn't really been that good so far.
Yeah, it's...
As Mickey retires from the session.
Yeah. Let's see if we can get Apex Dig in now. There we go. Alright, so we should have 18 drivers. DXman decided not to show up. Alrighty. Now we should have 18 drivers, which is a fairly reasonable grid size. Not a full grid, but maybe... And I doubt Tier 1 will cook one up later, but it's still a decent attendance to start the season. So...
All this, I didn't expect Kia Plays out of all drivers to set the early benchmark. I thought it was going to be someone like Zonix or Jane Squires out of all this.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really expect Jaden or Zonix. I mean, I expected Zonix. I didn't expect Jaden to. He's one of my drivers, and I know him for being more all in it for the race. But yeah, for sure, Zonix, especially having a 16.7 in time trial, you'd expect him to be a little bit better than he is. But we'll have to see. As Melbourne Mac I was going to go to, but he's 2 tenths down.
I think that setup might have been more for the race, so we'll see more as the, well, for the race itself. Let's see who else is
Magic
out.
Shot is about
Magic
to start
Shot again.
And so we'll go on board with telemetry and we'll see what he can muster up here. I'll take the onboard here because he is my driver. So now, the run down into turn 1. What's he going to be able to do? I think he's forgotten to turn his ERS on, so that might not be great. Yeah, he's not turned... Oh, there we go. Now he's turned it on, but he's a bit late. He's going to lose some time down the straight there, but he's got the DRS wide open now and hard on the anchors down into turn 4. Now just a slight lift across the track and back on the power now. Flat out through the right-hand kink. Not a trouble in the world through there in modern Formula 1 cars. And now get the front end to bite. He's 1 and a bit tenths up on his lap time as he's heading into Sector 2 now. He'll lose out a bit on the straight here. Oh, nearly impeded by the Alpine there, but he got out of the way nicely. Would have been nice if he could pick up a slipstream, but DRS open into 9 and 10. This is where his setup should excel as he's running quite high wings from what I know. Goes down to 5th there to get some rotation, but nearly loses it there, so it's not what you want to be doing. And now hard on the anchors as you enter Sector 3. He has some marbles on his tyres, so he's going to pick up some understeer there. Not exactly ideal as he's heading through Sector 3. Just a bit of lift, tap on the curb, and now hard on the brakes once again for probably my pick for the hardest corner on the circuit. As he's tried to go flat, and he had a bit of a moment there, so it's not going to be the world's nicest lap time, but it is going to be a 1/10 improvement. He moves into P11, but I'm sure he'll get another one because I...
Disqualified.
Oh, Sparks disqualified, yeah. In the Ferrari. Don't know what he's managed to do.
He's been there at turn 2.
Yep, that is really weird. That is unfortunate for him to get disqualified there. That is just unlucky. But as you might know, Senna,
that's not going to help him.
Some people would think that's Magic's final run, but I think you'd happen to agree. He loves to overfuel the car and go a few times. So
Wasn't that something Sparks used to do in another league?
yeah, but it's also what Magic likes to do, so I think we might see one more run out of him as well, but that's not who we're going to focus on, as the current provisional pole sitter, Kia Plays, is out on the track and flying right now. He's up on his lap time and he's heading into turn 9 and 10. Can he break the 16s barrier here for Tier 2? He's 6 thousandths up, so right now it's not looking like it, but we don't know what his Sector 3 was like. Could you potentially get him in?
I don't have it added.
Okay,
That's the thing.
Once Kia finishes his lap, I'll invite him again. As he just does a quick lift now. Kia running into some traffic here, though. He's going to get blocked by the Red Bull, and that's his lap ruined. He was up on his time, and he's just had his final run in qualifying impeded by one of your drivers. I imagine that is Kizzy. It was Kizzy, so that is unfortunate.
Well, I didn't really know he was gonna... I didn't expect him to do that, but Kizzy heading through turn 1 and 2, he's got to try and find more time to get him further up in the top 5. Heading through turn 4, he's a little squirrely on the exit of 4. Heading through 5, heading towards 6 and 7. He's a 10th up on his time. And this might be a good enough run. But he's still got a question mark over his head after that little impeding from that second to last corner. He's 700 down on his lap, and he's backed out of it.
Yeah, so we'll move to a different driver now. Frosty is heading through Sector 3. There's a couple of drivers ahead of him as well, but we'll stick with Frosty as he's looking on the limit here through Sector 3. Get it tipped into the hairpin now and just tiptoe around the final corner. Don't get too throttle happy and to the line. Will he be able to move into that top
Milan
3?
just-
Zonix 16-9 moves up to
Yeah,
pole
there it
position
is.
here. Frosty P3, Jaden invalid, so he's going to come home P4. Milan P5. Magic Shot still on a lap, is a 10th up, but he won't really move anywhere. He'll move up one position. Oh, never mind. He moves up to P5 with a massive improvement through the final sector. He was only a 10th up, so his final sector must have had a massive mistake in it. So we'll now move to 5 strike, but he's 4 tenths up. So Taipan TJ, to set his only lap in this qualifying session, rounds the final corner now. A bit of marble on his tyres here. He gets a bit of understeer. He's wide, but he doesn't invalidate. What's he going to go?
He's going to stay... He doesn't move up that much.
P15.
It was a 19.7.
Yep, so he has some work to do come the race. But we'll run you through your grid order. So we have Zonix P1 with a 16.907. With Kia with his banker time setting in P2 with a 17.0, what could have been for him if he hadn't been impeded. Frosty P3, the Mercedes P4 and 5 putting themselves, like I said, in a when I drafted them, in a very good consistent position to pick up nice points for the constructors. P4 and P5. Let's see if they can move up through the race. Then we have Milan in the Aston P6. Then we have Kizzy, Vipemon, Noah, Mickey, Spicy, PS Bomber, Melbourne Mac, Firestrike, Taipan, Phoenix, and Sparks. And they are looking to make up positions in the race if you're down in that bottom 12 area. But we'll see when it comes to the race here what's going to be done, as we're going to move between sessions and people will start getting their strategies. If you had to pick one driver center for the win today, who is normally pretty consistent, who would you pick for the win today?
I think James Squires might be the one to beat. He has a good amount of race pace around Australia, but he is terrible on his tyres, so he will have to get a lightning start if he wants to have a shot at this win, and a good strategy too.
Yeah, I think
so.
Yeah, you're pretty accurate with that one. I'm hoping Magic Shot can get through, but that's a bit dreamy from me. Being the Mercedes TP, if I had to pick realistically, I'd probably say Milan. But anyway, we come to 5 red light tier 4, the season opener in tier 2 for ORL. And we're underway for season 5. Zonix gets a good start and is going to hold P1 into turn 1. Kia slots into P2, but further up the back, Frosty and Jaden are side by side as they head through turn 1. Jaden's going to sweep around the outside and move up into the podium positions. Frosty trying to come back at him. Meanwhile, Magic Shot under pressure from Milan. Milan tries to go up his inside while Frosty goes up the inside of his teammate Jaden Squires, as there's movement down the back. PS Bomber moving down as Jaden also still battling with Frosty. Magic Shot gets a triple warning from the glitch, so he'll be able to get that removed. And it's the first penalty. Spicy also gets a penalty. There's a bit of action down the back here. And for 29 laps, the first lap has definitely been entertaining, as Spicy in last by the end of this. As meanwhile, further down the back here, Melbourne Mac getting swamped. There's a 4-way battle here from Taipan, Mickey, Sparks, and Melbourne Mac going on as we head down into turn 9 and turn 10. They return to single file as we move back up to the top 3, as Jaden looking for a move right around the outside of Kia plays here. Can he pull this off to move up into the top 2? He tries to go underneath for a switchback and can't quite pull it off in the Mercedes. There's Magic Shots round! He's in the wall! And so is Kizzy. They are both out. And that's a virtual safety car. And I wouldn't be surprised if it gets upgraded to a full safety car potentially, but it doesn't look like it will. Kizzy's going to have to come into the pit lane. Magic Shot's going to have to come into the pit lane. That's a rough start for the two of them, as I think Magic got tapped in the rear, and sadly Kizzy got involved in it.
Yeah, that was a very hectic start. It was very clean. It was a very clean getaway from the top 2, and then in the back, coming to the end of the lap, Magic Shot and Milan had a coming together, heading through as Milan got on a drive-through penalty. In the process, that's going to cost him, and Vipermon just said, "Thank you very much. I'm going to move up to 5th." So Vipermon, who was down in 8th, is going to love that little sneaky overtake on two drivers at once. As Sparks has made up several positions, he's up to
Oh, so the
P9,
safety
and the
car.
safety car's been
Five
deployed.
Strike is out of this race. The first DNF of Season 5 goes to a Williams, and it goes to the team principal. Five Strike, DNF, first round, 2 laps in. That saves... that doesn't save Milan because he can't serve drive-throughs under safety car, but it does save Magic Shot, who also has 6 seconds worth of time penalties because of the track limits bug. But so does
It also
Noah.
saves Kizzy and Melbourne Mack at the back of the field. They're both on. They both already stopped, so they could make one more stop and make the tires work. The rest are kind of in a bit of a question mark zone for this race.
Yeah, but I think there are a lot of penalties here due to the track limits bug that are going to have to get reported and removed. I might actually just quickly go into Tier 2 chat and remind everyone to save their race directors. Hold on. At Season 5, Tier 2 driver, and
What a Fire Strike hit.
2 reserve.
Fire Strike saying that he hit. So he's saying he hit something. I'm not entirely sure what he hit though. Phoenix is supposed to be in the Williams up to P11.
Yeah.
His points will count for Williams. Just say he's stuck in a Red Bull car. As so far, looking at the tire choices, only 3 drivers deciding to go for hard tires, thinking that the tire will be very, very high, which, in my personal experience on this track, is very true.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the hards aren't the right choice, if I'm honest, because they're 2 compounds harder than the other 2, so I feel like the hards, at least for me this game and last game, have always been a big no-no. And I think that's the case for a lot of these drivers, honestly. You'd be better going medium-medium if you can. Pull it off, and also soft-medium and medium-soft is possible if you're delicate enough on the tyres, but you've got to be able to pull it off. But personally, I'd say it is the right decision not to be on hards, even though one of my drivers are on the hard tyres. As it looks like somebody's into the pit lane.
Sparks coming into the box.
Yep, Sparks in the box.
It's a Ferrari.
What does he put on? He puts on a new
He's
front
trying
wing.
to. Yeah, he must have had a collision with someone. I think my best guess might be someone in the midfield. Like he was at the P8 mark, so he must have gone into the back of Mickey or someone. So yeah, when it comes to penalties though, Spicy's winning that race. 12 seconds worth of penalties. And it's not even like lap 5.
Yeah, I have a lot of people in Tier 2 chat after I made the reminder to get their race director saying that, yeah, pretty much everyone in this race who has a penalty right now has just gotten heaps of track limits, like triple warnings and stuff, like Magic got two penalties and stuff like that. So it's just going to be a case of after the race submitting your race director and submitting a clip of when you got the penalty to get it removed. Just need to get Mickey back in the lobby, but he isn't showing up on my list. Could you potentially invite him? I know he's on Xbox, I'm pretty sure.
So Zonix out in front so far. Then it's Kia Plays, who in qualifying was the closest person to him, with a 10th difference. Then it's Jane Squires, as the safety car is going to be coming in this lap. Zonix is now the safety car, technically, as we're going to see him. Let's see if he will go at the second to last corner, or is he going to go at the last corner? He hasn't gone just yet. No, he's gonna do it on the main straight. And he's gone. There he goes. And the Grand Prix of Australia's go again as James Squires has barreled down the inside of Kia Plays. He's gonna move up to second, and now the fight is on. Frosty is now going to try and take advantage of Kia Plays' cold tires. But no, Kia Plays shuts the door on him heading through 4.
I think it's more the fact
But
that
Zonic-
Frosty has damage and doesn't have the grip to stick it around the outside. He has no left end plate as Magic Shot once again, picking up another triple warning. So that'll be 1 effective penalty in game then. So he should have 3 seconds right now, but he has 9. But anyway, moving further down, there's not much going on. It's quite single file, but Vipermon moving himself up past Frosty into P4 because of Frosty damage. Type and TJ also moving up past Milan into the top 6, but Milan says no thank you, moves back right around the outside of turn 9 as Frosty off the track now will have to surely come into the pit lane as he's holding everyone up. Typen now moving, trying to get back past Milan. He does get past Milan, and he goes down the inside of Frosty while he's at it. Can he stick it around the outside? He should be able to, given Frosty's damage, but he can't. But he goes for the switchback on Frosty as he runs deep. Frosty defending for his life with this damage. Will he come into the pit lane? Yes, he will. And so will Milan, so maybe Milan picked up some damage in the midst of it as well. So that is super unfortunate for him. Meanwhile, Magic Shot moving up into the top 6 now because of these pitters. But Kizzy's trying to go up the inside of Magic as they go into turn 1. Kizzy sweeps through on the inside, gets past Magic Shot. And now Magic Shot is under pressure from PS Bomber in the Alfa Romeo. Who is going to be able to keep the moves? Who is going to be able to get them done? As meanwhile, Melbourne Mac dives down the inside of PS Bomber. And Melbourne Mac gets it done on PS Bomber. Magic Shot had a look but couldn't get it done on Kizzy. As the fight for the lead is still going to be on soon as DRS will be enabled soon. But Jaden trying to stick within the DRS of Onyx. Within 8 tenths he is right now. As they've dropped a second to Kia Plays down in P3, so Kia has to close back up. As meanwhile, Magic Shot is thinking of going around the outside of turn 9 here. Can he go for that? No, he won't.
He shuts the door on him.
Melbourne Mac thought about going for it on Magic all at the same time as Melbourne's just had a massive snap. And now PS Bomber's going to try go for it right around the outside. He does go later on the brakes. There's a yellow flag. It's one of the Ferraris. It looks like it's going to be Sparks.
PS Bomber.
As PS Bomber tries to go right around the outside, PS Bomber gets pushed off by Sparks. And he says no thank you, as DRS is now enabled, and Jaden isn't within the DRS of Zonix right now.
Yeah, that was a very hectic midfield battle. Kizzy making the move stick, heading into turn 1. And now he's gonna
there's a massive crash! Melbourne Mac in the wall! Sparks also with no front wing. That's the second safety car of this season. I saw a glimpse of it on the camera angle. I just saw a massive car fly into the wall. But that is Melbourne Mac and Sparks both in the wall. Sparks manages to not DNF, but Melbourne Mac out of this race. That leaves us with 15 runners in this Grand Prix after 7 laps.
Yeah, that is quite unfortunate from Melbourne Mac. He was like getting moves done. It was just unfortunate they had to end it that early. So far this race, Kizzy so far making like the most positions out of everyone, and now that safety car's helped the likes of Milan and Frosty, who had damage and picked up that drive-through penalty. There's too much action. I can't even comprehend. Is everyone now coming into the box? Yeah, Melvin, what happened there, man? That was quite unfortunate from your behalf. What happened? I didn't even see.
I lost the rear coming out of turn 2, and Sparks just got caught on the wall. Just sort of pinched him in the wall together, and rear just went straight in and got the tyre straight into the right wall. So it's unfortunate. I was having quite a nice race there. I was trying to get past Magic Shot. He looked like he was all over the place on those tyres. So unfortunate, but that's what happens in racing, I guess.
Yeah, it's just unlucky. Sparks luckily managed to make it out of it with just a broken front wing. He's now on hards down in P12 and will make his way back through. But yeah, unfortunate for you, mate.
Then.
So, what is the order looking like and who's on what tyre? So, Kia Players stayed out on his 7-lap-old hard, so he's going to be at a massive tyre disadvantage. Same with Taipan TJ, who stayed out on 7-lap-old mediums, who could have pit for hards under that safety car. And then we have everyone behind except for Phoenix and Mickey on fresh tyres. So, Zonix and Jaden going on 2 separate tyres. Zonix on hards, Jaden on mediums, expecting another safety car, I'd imagine. Same with Vipermon, also on fresh mediums, looking punchy. The former champion looking to make moves in this Grand Prix. And we have Phoenix and Mickey on old mediums, both 7 laps old. And then we have Kizzy and PS Bomber on fresh hards. Then we have Magic Shot on a fresh set of the yellow wall mediums. Then we have Frosty on 2-lap-old hards. Sparks on fresh hards. Spicy on 1-lap-old mediums, Milan on fresh hards, and Noah on fresh hards. Pardon me.
This grid has completely been split in half, with everyone thinking of different strategies. Kia thinking it's too early to box right now, thinking that the hards or mediums won't make it to the end. I think Kia might be thinking of the bigger picture instead of the smaller picture. He's still got 20 laps left in this race to use those hard tires, and plus they will get heated up more quickly than the tires behind.
Yeah, but obviously it's not really much of an issue, this F1 game, because you can just set the brake bias to 70 under safety car and get your tyres to 100 degrees easily, so I think everyone will be up to temp come the restart. So, yeah, I think it'll be interesting, but I think Taipan and Kia will be at a massive disadvantage not coming into the box.
Well, we'll see what will happen at the safety car restart, because anything can happen.
Yeah, as we
especially in round 1, and it's Australia, so I don't think it's quick to say that the fresher tire runners will get the advantage just yet, as the safety car comes in, as Kia is gonna lead us back to the green. Now Zonix did do the safety car restart on the front straight. Where is Kia gonna go? Is he gonna do it last corner?
Yeah, there he goes.
There he goes. He's going to go last corner. And the Australian Grand Prix is back on, and Zonix is already on the attack. He's already putting Taipan under pressure, but he's going to stay behind him heading through turn 1. Kia leads, Taipan is second, then it's Zonix in third, with Jane and Vipermon.
Oh, as Taipan goes for a move for the lead! He goes down the inside of Kia Plays, and he can't quite pull it off, but that would have been massive for this race. Taipan TJ overtaking Kia Plays. That could have been interesting, as Zonix now tries to go underneath Taipan through the flat-out right-hander, and now he's going to have a run onto the straight. And he gets a massive run. Look at the tyre difference between these two, and also probably a bit of a downforce difference, but Taipan burning, giving it all to stay ahead. He knows he's on the worst tyres. He's not making it easy. Taipan goes for a move on Kia Plays. They nearly make Kia Plays. They're 3 wide into turn 9 and turn 10. And now Zonix tries to make a move for the lead. And he's going to get it done on Kia Plays. Kia Plays off the circuit. Will have a bad run down the straight as Jaden Squires now tries to come through for P3. He does get that move done. And now he has to get past Kia Plays and stick with Zonix. But what a move there from Zonix. That could definitely be overtake of the week.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. 3 cars in what heading towards the chicane. That was unbelievable. As James Squires is not finished just yet. He's gonna try and make a move on Kia Plays for P2. He's gonna try it. No. He's sending the dummy though. He's gonna go around the outside at turn 2. What a move from the Mercedes.
Yeah,
and now Kia is under attack from Taipan.
Yeah, so this is some beautiful
Taipan
racing. Oh no, they make contact, and that's the former leader around. And Taipan off the track, they're getting massive time penalties for it because of the track limits bug as well.
And now Kizzy up to P4.
Yeah, so the Red Bull moving up into the top 4. Then the AlphaTauri in P3, so they're going to probably battle soon enough. PS Bomber, though, right on the back of Kizzy, so this battle might start to begin. As Magic Shot looking for a move here. Down the back here, there's massive battles going on. We've been missing out on it all. Magic Shot thinking of going around the outside of Sparks at turn 9 and turn 10. Can he pull it off? There's a bit of contact between the cars ahead of them. Magic Shot has to cut the corner. Magic Shot's been spun. He spins around.
The penalty.
And, oh no! Phoenix had to dodge Magic Shot there, and Magic's around. There was a massive piece of contact from 2 cars also going too wide ahead of them. As, oh, there's a Ferrari nearly spinning around Sparks, nearly put it in the wall. As everything kicking off up the back here, as there was a Haas and a Ferrari who tried to go side by side into turn 9 and 10, and couldn't get it done, and nearly ended in calamity, and it ended up with Magic Shot and the car he was side by side with also going off the track as PS Bomber moves up past Kizzy, but Kizzy tries to get back underneath him, and we'll have a run as we head through into turn 4. Bit of wheel spin there from PS Bomber, and Kizzy isn't going to be close enough to make any moves stick, and he'll have to wait until the next straight. As we move down, Milan tries to go around the outside of Noah, and he gets that done for the moment. So Milan making his way up into the top 10 and into the points paying positions, and Kizzy is now on the charge of PS Bomber.
All these battles have split the field in half. Vipermon's on his own, a whole 3 seconds back from the 2 leaders. Jane Squires burning as much as he can to stay with Zonix. If he can get in that DRS, that would help him in a shot for the win. As so many drivers getting all rowdy, as Kizzy still has 100% ERS. He is saving a lot for the final few laps of this race. And now he's going to try and pull away from PS Bomber, but as that DRS is not going to help him whatsoever. And no, as PS Bomber stays behind Kizzy in through turn 2, but they're going to have to watch their mirrors as Kia Plays has stayed out on the...
Oh, as PS Bomber went for it on Kizzy, they make a bit of contact, and Kizzy holds the position for now. But that nearly ended in disaster.
Yeah, that nearly did end in disaster. This fighting is bringing back in Kia Plays for this little scrap for P4. And it's kind of... And these two fighting isn't helping the fact that Vipermon is pulling away.
In P3. Frosty's going for it on Kia. Nearly went for it down into turn 9. That would have ended really badly if Frosty committed to that.
Kizzy has a little error. And now PS Bomber is now up to P4.
So there's battling up the back here. Noah goes down the inside of Taipan TJ. There's a bit of wheel rubbing here. And Spicy nearly gets collected in it. This is a 3-way battle on lap 14 for the last points position in this race. It's all scrapping away. It's round 1 and it's still all to play for, but meanwhile, Kia Play's making a move up into the top 6, but Frosty not letting it go easy. Frosty's now going to go down the inside at turn 1. They nearly make contact. Frosty gets a good exit off the corner and is pushing Kia through the corner as they head down into turn 4. Kia has the DRS, but Frosty's going to try go later on the brakes. He forces Kia to the inside. Frosty gets a decent run through, but can't quite pull off a move, and he'll go for it down the straight now. As Zonix, by the way, has a 1.6 second advantage.
He has somehow managed to keep a 1.6 second gap to Jaden Squires, who is on the better tyre. Seems Zonix just has that better raw pace that you need for you kind of need for tier 2.
Oh no, there's contact! Frosty and Kia in the wall! They're both out of the race! That's gonna be one more safety car! And Kia and Frosty are out of the race!
Now this puts a spanner in the works. This is gonna help Kizzy a lot. As both Piers Bomber and Vipermon both have 3-second penalties.
Sonic stays out!
Jaden Squires comes
Sonic
into the box.
stays out! I can't believe it, Sonic stayed out. Jaden, I think...
Here come the rest. Kizzy comes into the box too.
It makes sense to come into the box with some fresh rubber to the end, some fresh boots to put on your car. And Jaden's going to come out still in that top 3, and now he just has 2 people with old tyres in front of him, and he's come out fresh mediums that can easily make the end. That puts him in prime position in this race.
But look who they have to deal with in P2. Piers Bomber's gonna fight hard to keep himself in that fight. But you got several hungry runners of medium tires.
Yeah,
I'm not sure
this is gonna be a big
Sonic
ending.
will have a chance.
This is gonna be a huge ending.
Yeah, Jaden in P3, Vipermon P4, Kizzy in P5 has worked his way up from that little incident on lap 1. He's gonna be fighting hard, and he's got his brother behind him in P6.
Yeah, this is going to be super interesting as we come towards the end of this race. Heaps of big hitters out of this race. Frosty, Kia, and Melbourne Mac. 3 pretty big hitters, especially Kia. And the man who set P2 out of the race, he'll be absolutely kicking himself. But this leaves Zonix versus Jaden versus Vipermon versus Kizzy and Milan. Oh, it's Mickey's in the wall! Somehow didn't DNF. I don't know how he hasn't...
He's gone into the barrier!
I don't know how he hasn't DNF'd. He flew into that wall at an extreme pace, but he's just gotten away with a damaged front wing, and that... Yeah, he's going to need to come in to replace that, but that was huge. He just flew into the wall.
Yeah. Yeah, that was unbelievable how he's not managed to... How he's not managed to lose a wheel in the process.
Yeah, that was definitely interesting seeing him not out of this race. Something I want to bring up is penalties. Only 1, 2, 5 drivers in this race don't have penalties given. I assume a lot of them are from the track limits glitch and will get removed post-race. But that is still a ridiculous amount of penalties to be handed out. Because really, you shouldn't be going off at this left-hander that they're about to go through at turn 5 that much.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a lot of... That's a lot of penalties in it, especially the 2 that are in a fight for the podium. One of them was Piers Bomber in the Alfa Romeo, one of Dead Heat's picks. He's gonna be absolutely furious for not pitting under safety car. So we're gonna see an all-out brawl with 13 laps to go.
Yeah, this is going to be basically a sprint race till the end here, I think you'd have to say. And I think it's going to be huge for... Even though it's round 1, there's 14 to go. Every round means something with a 14-round calendar. And I think it's still all to play for from the get-go in round 1. And this could shape the dynamic for this championship. And I think my pick for the win, honestly, just because of pure strategy, could be my driver. It might seem biased, but Jaden is on fresh mediums and Zonic's on old hards. But we have seen Zonix has had the number on pace, but we'll have to see as the safety car is in this lap. I'll take the restart. When is Zonix going to decide to go for it? When is he going to begin this final sprint till the end? 13 laps to go, and he's going to hold up the field as long as he can. He's holding a consistent pace, and as the safety car is in now the pit lane completely,
on the finish line.
Zonix is waiting for the line, and it's go, go, go here on the restart as we get underway here once more. And Jaden is going to size up PS Bomber instantly as the run down to turn 4. There's a couple of drivers side by side into turn 1. Noah and Type and TJ make a bit of contact. And now Magic Shot tries to sail right around the outside as well on the Red Bull. And he gets it done. Jaden going for it on PS Bomber. Gets that move done early. And now he's got to chase down on Zonix. And that is now going to be the fight till the end of this race. Moving further down, Magic Shot now moving down up into P9, sorry. Gets past Type and TJ, then wheel to wheel through the flat-out right-hander. But he gets it done, and now Spicy moves up through into P10 as well. So the safety car kicking off quite cleanly. No contact to be seen, at least from my end, as Jaden already sizing up a move for P1 here in this race as Vipermon moves into P3. Jaden's going to go at the inside at turn 9 with the fresh tyres. He's going to sail past, and he's up into P1.
Finally taking the lead from Zonix. He pulled the strategy call, and it's worked to perfection. Now he's gonna try and pull away from Zonix.
Yeah, but the lead fight isn't the only fight
now,
going on.
Magic
Shot's going to go up the inside of the
too.
second last corner. He goes up the inside of the hairpin, and there's contact up the back. It's a Hassan Sparks making contact. Massive voice crack there. But Sparks and Noah make contact at the hairpin. Sparks seemingly can't keep his nose clean in this Grand Prix. As here we go, Milan also now going up the inside of Pierce Bomber, and he moves up into the top 5. Pierce Bomber's on the grass, rejoins and nearly hits a Magic Shot. And now Magic Shot's going to try and make a move up into P5 past Milan. Can he get this done? He goes right around the outside, late on the brakes. It's a big lunge. He runs off the track. Can't get it done, and he'll have to fight another day. He is on the soft, so those tyres will wear out, as Kizzy and Vipermon also trying to chase down Zonix now as well. This is going to be action-packed till the finish.
Zonix has made a mistake. He's made a mistake heading for the chicane, and that's gonna open up the door for Vipermon. Round the outside he goes, but they're both gonna have to watch their mirrors as Kizzy is right on their tail too.
Yep, so this battle is about to become very big as Zonix making mistakes left, right, and center. His hard tyres not treating him well, and now Vipermon is chasing Jaden, and Kizzy is about to start chasing as well. Kizzy hunting down Zonix, makes the move, and now he's got to get past Vipermon before they catch Jaden if he wants to have a chance, because Vipermon has a penalty in this race. This is going to be a 10-lap shootout, effectively, till the end between this top 3. And Zonix still trying to lurk in the background. I don't think his hards will hold on.
I don't think they will, as Jane Squires sets another fastest lap. As Kizzy sets the fastest lap in the process. Kizzy trying very hard to make moves, and Vipermon's made a mistake heading through turn 2. He's had a little slip heading towards turn 3. Now the chase is on. Vipermon might start to be feeling the pressure from Kizzy in the Red Bull. Heading through 5, the gap is kind of building up for Jaden, and he's got more ERS than the two of them combined. Well, not exactly the two of them combined, but he's still got more ERS, as Kizzy with the DRS is going to try and make a move on Vipermon for P2 in this race.
Yeah, so Kizzy chasing Vipermon down. Now out of turn 10 and now into 11. Will Kizzy go for a dive bomb? He thought about going for it. He taps the back of Vipermon, so Vipermon holding him up just a little bit. Jaden has a 2-second gap to them, but I think that'll shrink if Kizzy can get past on Vipermon. He might try go for it down into turn 1. So as we head through the final 2 corners, the exit for Kizzy is crucial here. He runs it out nice and wide, has a bit of a moment there, but holds it together for a nice exit, and he has the DRS open now on Vipermon. Will he be able to get moves done on Vipermon? Will he?
No, he's going to wait till He's going to wait till the second one.
Yep, so the run into turn 4 now. This is the prime overtaking spot of this track. He's in the DRS. He pulls to the inside. He's gonna be lost on the brakes. He sweeps through in the Red Bull. He gets past the AlphaTauri and he moves up into P2. The chase is on. He's got to get 2.6 seconds in 9 laps to Jaden if he wants to try win this Grand Prix. And something tells me it isn't over yet, because Zonix is still also on the back of Vipermon for the final podium position, and I'm sure Kizzy will continue to chase down Jaden as well.
Yeah, this Grand Prix isn't over just yet. 9 laps to go, and Kizzy is now in P2,
Oh,
but
it's
he's
Vipermon!
still under attack from Vipermon.
Yeah.
Vipermon is not having any of it. He does not want to lose to his to the runner-up in Season 3, as Zonix is going to try and send it down the inside on those old tires. And this little fight is going to help Kizzy out a lot. And now Kizzy is now gaining a lot more time. I think Jaden has burnt his tires out quite a lot, and he's not even using that much ERS on his telemetry. He's only got 70%. Well, somewhere near 70%, but the gap isn't like going up or down, but it's just staying in the middle. So Jaden needs to make a mistake in order for Kizzy to get within that little DRS window.
Yeah,
Zonix.
I think Jaden is just holding pace. He's managing it. I don't think he's pushing all the way. And might be bad timing to bring this up, as I am his TP, so it could be seen as a bit of a commentator bias. But Magic Shot also moving up into P5, and in the DRS of Zonix, fresh soft tires, he could move up into the top 4. And he might be able to get the penalties removed. Yeah, he might be able to get his penalty removed, because I know that most of them, as he said, were from good old Turn 5. So we might actually see him get a top 4 in his debut race here in ORL.
Yeah, the rookie just trying to stay with these 3 for this fight for P2. And now he's gonna try and attack Zonix. The gap is slightly going down for Jaden. Jaden needs to make a mistake.
Milan's just quickly putting pressure on Magic Shot. Sorry to cut you off there, Senna. But Milan not letting this go easy, as I think Magic made a mistake because he's no longer behind Zonix. And now Magic feeling the pressure from Milan as there's a retirement. It's Mickey. And that's a safety car!
The safety car's been deployed!
Oh no, there's a safety car!
That helps Kizzy out too! That helps Kizzy a lot, and it helps Zonix too!
I think it helps everyone out, but I think everybody should be coming in for softs.
Yeah, it's gonna be a very, very crazy end to this race. Mercedes versus Red Bull versus AlphaTauri versus Aston Martin for this race win.
And Jaden, just as he might have thought he had it all wrapped up, Mickey had something to say about it and put it in a wall for our 5th DNF of the race.
I think commentator's curse might be in this, because he said he was going. I think you said that he was gonna have it all wrapped up.
I just said he was managing pace.
It's still, I think that counts as trying to wrap it up, as everyone jumps into the pit lane for the Red Bull soft tires, and it's gonna be the Merkin Red Bull teams as Kizzy gets held up in the pit lane. This isn't gonna help him, but it doesn't really phase him all that much.
Yeah,
everyone coming in,
everybody double stacking if you need to, and Phoenix holding in the lane.
All that double stacking. Has helped Spicy out a lot. He's up to P6 out of all this.
Yeah, there's a lot of penalties going around here, though. Oh, holy!
I think most of them might be from the good old turn 5.
Yeah, I think nearly every penalty in this race will be removed, or just replaced with a singular 3-second time penalty. So it's definitely going to be interesting. The steward's box after this, gonna need to go and remind the drivers to get their
To
race director.
please
Actually,
save
I'm gonna remind them
save
one
the
more
race
time.
directors.
It's here to reserve. It's here to please remember race director.
Yeah, this is gonna be exciting. Comment who will win this race. We got uh 6 laps left, technically 5, and it's Merc out front with Red Bull right behind them.
Yeah, where have we seen this before, eh?
Yeah,
Oh.
we've seen this somewhere before, 2021, but this is going to be an interesting fight.
It's gonna be like a 5-lap
The
race
young
until the
Kiwi
end.
versus Ryan Cox is an race engineer for this race win.
Yeah, I feel like Jaden definitely gonna be giving it everything. Kizzy's gonna be giving it everything. Everybody up and down the grid will be giving it everything, but I don't think we'll know the final results of the Grand Prix for actually quite a little while, because we might think Magic or Spicy might finish down the bottom because of their massive penalties, but after the penalties get removed by the race director, they could well and truly end up where they actually finished on track. So we'll actually take more note to where they finish on track to where they finish after penalties when we go to the final lap. But we have probably, this is the last lap under safety car, so we're going to have a 5-lap dash till the end. Oh no, Jane's in the wall and he's lost his wing!
Jaden! Jaden's gone into the race director! He's gone into the barriers! He's out of the race!
That's a bug as well, I know.
Kizzy's just been given the race lead.
You know what though, I know for a fact that that's a bug. Because the race director, sometimes when you click on it, exits the menu.
Has he done that?
We'll see. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna go give Jaden a mid-race interview.
Has he tried to save it and it's
Senna,
cost him a shot at the win?
Senna, I'll be
Now
back.
the safety car's coming back in.
I'm gonna.
Sorry to interrupt you, Lindsay.
Yeah, I'm gonna get
As we
Jaden
got-
in for a mid-race interview.
As we got 5 laps to decide our first winner of season 5, and Kizzy is going to lead us back to the green. Zonix is going to be in hot pursuit, and Vipermon is going to have nothing of it from him. Kizzy's going to try and... Where's he going to go? He's going to try... As Spicy comes into the box, and Kizzy's gone! Kizzy's gone, and the chase is on for this Grand Prix win. Kizzy is going to lead us into turn 1. And everyone keeping things stationary as we got 4 laps left. And we're only going to have a few laps of safety car as a couple of people having a little spin in the background. That's Taipan who's gone off. Pierce Bomber's got another penalty. And Magic Shot's gone down the inside of Zonix. And now Kizzy is just trying to pull away from Vipermon. And now Vipermon's under attack from Zonix. Everything's gone all crazy with 4 laps left.
And Magic
Shot
keeps it around the outside of Milan, and now Vipermon going for it on Zonix, and Zonix gets the move done, but in the midst of the action, we're just going to get a quick mid-race interview here, or end-of-race interview here, basically from Jaden. What happened, mate?
Controller disconnected. I hit a
Oh,
wall,
no.
and then it wouldn't reconnect.
Oh,
So
no.
it went straight into a wall.
Ah, fuck you. You're on track to win that one as well. It would have been close.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was very close as Zonix tries to get under Kizzy for this race lead. Back to Jaden with
I had two
what
warnings, and I was just keeping it calm on the mediums. Ooh, that's close. Oh yeah, 2 warnings, just keeping it clean. I was keeping it nice and clean, and yeah, just controller disconnected, just technical issues. But I'll be back for the next one.
Yeah, well, you'll obviously come back for the next one, and it'll be
Sonics.
close. I can't actually remember what the next track is, but thank you for your time, Jaden. We're going to round out this Grand Prix with 3 laps to go, and
All good, cheers, boys.
Zonix
yeah,
just got
just-
past
Let's go, magic shot.
Kizzy
Yeah,
with a
keep-
clever move.
keep Magic Shot going. Alrighty,
Yeah, let's go, magic. Oh, I'll be back.
Yeah.
Have fun.
alrighty.
fair.
So, Kizzy hunting down Zonix here through turn 9 and 10. This isn't over yet. There's plenty of laps to go. Whoever has the most battery is probably going to be in the most advantageous position right now. That is Kizzy. Is Zonix burning it all. Meanwhile, Magic Shot going down the inside of Vicemon for their podium places in this Grand Prix. He gets it done.
2 people gone off.
As yeah,
That's Sparks
two
and
people off.
Milan.
Sparks and Milan have made contact. PS Bomber squeezes through up into
And
the
Pierce
top
Bomber's
6.
gone through and nicked them both.
Yep, so that is huge for this Grand Prix, but Magic Shot in the top 3 now with penalties to be removed. He could be getting a podium in his first ORL race, and that could be a silver lining here for Mercedes, but he's got to finish there first, and he's also got to catch Kizzy if he wants to keep this going, but Kizzy's losing to Zonix, and he's just lost DRS.
Yeah, he's just lost it, heading through turn 2. He's trying very hard to stay with the Aston Martin. Just keep it on track, Kizzy. A podium in the first race with Red Bull is fine. Just keep it on track. Heading through the chicane, Zonix has capitalized. Well, he's gone a bit of a lucky. He got a bit lucky with the safety car, and that safety car has helped him out a lot. He's 6/10 up on his previous best. And now he's got more ERS than Kizzy. Aim through the right-hander to start lap number 28.
Oh,
There's a yellow
Sparks.
flag in the background. It's the
Sparks and
Ferrari
PS Bomber.
Sparks. His Ferrari debut has gone into shambles
As, just
in
quickly,
the
Phoenix
first round in Australia.
trying to get down the inside of Taipan. Taipan makes a mistake, goes onto the gravel. Phoenix tries to sail right around the outside as Zonix snatches the fastest lap of the Grand Prix with a 19.9. And will now move back up to the leaders because it looks like Magic is quite close behind Vicemon here. I don't think he'll be close enough for turn 4, but come the next straight, he might be able to make a move back up into P3. But it's like 20 out of 29. If you were in Magic's position here, would you want to be ahead or behind coming onto this next straight that they're coming up to on the final lap?
I think he should be behind on the last lap so he can capitalize on that DRS heading through the chicane. He's gone onto the grass. That's not going to help him in his pursuit for this win, well, for this podium. As Kizzy has kind of secured the podium.
That's,
But he's got
that's really
Vipermon
bad.
behind him.
That's really bad for Magic Shot. Vipermon is in Kizzy's DRS. That could be a bit of teamwork from them there, because Kizzy dropped back majorly to Zonix, and I know Vipermon and Kizzy have a tendency to VC. So...
And they're both in Red Bull powered cars.
Yeah, so I think there could be
That
a bit
also
of teamwork
kind of-
going on from those two, but we'll have to see what Magic can pull out here. He's going to have to pull out an amazing final lap here if he wants to pick up his first podium in ORL. He can definitely do it.
Vipermon.
Oh no, Magic's lost it!
The last lap.
He's just about caught it, but he's thrown that away. There's no way he can catch up and get a podium now, in my opinion.
Zonix has started the last lap. He has controlled this race for some time, but he's had to fight for it. J-Man is gonna be a happy man here in Down Under for the Australian Grand Prix, heading through the chicane, through the first sector for the last time, heading down the straight. He is going to be happy after losing the title to Hudson in Season 4. Zonix has gone out of the gate, all guns blazing. proving
Oh wait,
he
just
is
quickly.
a
Sorry.
title contender.
Magic Shot moves up into
Magic
P3.
Shot is-
Vipamore moves up into P2, and Magic isn't done yet. He might try to be able to get a P2 around the outside as we go through. And Magic Shot moves up into P2 as long as he can hold it. But we'll go back to Zonix as he's rounding the final two
Zonix.
corners. He's led not from start to finish,
Most
but
of
he's
the race.
led most of the
He's
race,
going to-
and he's gonna come out blazing. He's gonna carry some momentum here through round one, and he wins the opening round of tier 2. And Magic Shot will come home P2 if his penalties get removed. Chizzy P2, Vipamon P3 after penalties, but we might see that change because of the track limits bugs. Noah comes home P6, Milan technically P4, but I actually don't think it will be. And Sparks comes home P7 across the line. Type N, TJ P8.
And look who's P4.
Phoenix, P4.
Look who.
P4 for the moment is Milan, but I don't think it'll stay that way.
But what a race!
Yeah, I think we'll just grab the top 5 in the box today because there's penalties and stuff, so I don't want to give the wrong top 3 interviews.
Yeah, fair enough.
So we'll go through the ending results screen first, and then we'll get everybody in for interviews. So we'll just skip the podium sequence because it's always a bit bugged on my PC.
And there's your race winner of round 1, Zonix. Absolutely shows the field how it's done. Kizzy, after a lap 1 incident, climbs up to P2 thanks to penalties. But we'll see after the race if he keeps that P2.
Yeah, I'll get everyone into paddock VC. So we've got Zonix, Kizzy, Blackhorn, Milan, Magic Shot. Who...
So we will start from P5
Yeah, we'll start from...
and go up.
Yeah. We'll start from Magic Shot and then work our way up the field. Sonics. Yeah, just Sonics. Just obviously stay on mute.
Moment.
Yeah, for the moment. Yeah, so we can't get Milan in because his mic doesn't work. Okay, so do we have podiums? So we have Vipamon, Zonix.
We need Kizzy.
Yeah, we need Kizzy. Just getting Kizzy into paddock. Oh wait, he's there. Okay, there we go. Comms. Alright.
There we go.
So we'll start from who is P5 right now. I just got to get to a menu quickly to do interviews because I like to put the car up in the background. So, okay, here we go. Showroom. Okay, seeing as P5 in the game we're starting with, we'll go to Mercedes. So we'll start with Magic Shot. Obviously, you cross the line P2, and yeah, I think you're gonna obviously get those penalties removed because the triple warning bug from avoiding heaps of incidents. But I don't know if you'll finish P2 or P3. But what were your thoughts on that race? And you were down and out of it. It looked like you were down near last place, and you managed to recover here to a P2 or P3 probably after penalties removed. How did you think of that?
Oh, I thought, well, you can hear me clear, right?
Yeah.
Alright. I thought I was out of the race at the start. much sitting at P17 for the entirety of the race after the incident. I think it was on the first opening laps. Yeah, I got 4 triple warnings, 1 at turn 1 and I think 3 at turn 5. But it was a good thing to get on the softs in the second last stint. Really put some good moves on, get my way up to P8. Then the safety car allowed me to get another set of softs on, which allowed me to hold position. And then I just had Jaden just really instruct me on what to do with the battery, and just allowed me to get past the final 2 cars into P2, or possibly I think it'd be P3. I think I will get 1 free second in the end, but I think it was a good race entirety.
Yeah, so podium on debut, but I thought you were pretty much down and out of that because of your snap out of the final corner coming onto lap 29. What were your thoughts going through your head when you had that massive moment?
Oh, all I got on the Discord call was put ERS on. So it just got in the way of my head, and I decided to put the battery on mid corner, and it forced me to have a big snap, but managed to catch it in the end. And luckily, I did stay within the DRS since the detection zone is a few meters back from that corner. But it was a very good ending to the race. Happy with the result, and I'll be ready for next week.
And just one quick question, as your TP, I'm just interested. Did you make sure to get your race director?
Yes, I did.
Good man, good man. Alright, so we'll now move to Williams and Vipermon. Thank you for your time, Magic, and feel free to stick around to listen to the rest of the interviews. But good job, mate. Probably a podium on debut, so after your penalties get removed. So we'll have to see in a few days once the stewards come out. So anyway, I believe Vipermon was P3 after penalties that he might be able to get removed. So yeah, Vipermon probably, once again, another probably getting a podium if you did get a double warning. I'm not sure. But what were your thoughts with that
Maybe.
race?
Honestly, coming back from a long time not racing, I knew I'd probably be off the pace a little bit compared to some of the other guys. I was just trying to play it safe as I usually do, try and keep out of collisions. And that one
No, you're not
between,
in
I
Williams.
think it was
Sorry,
Kia.
just quickly. Sorry, I just made a mistake. I thought you were in Williams. You're in AlphaTauri. And keep going. Sorry.
Oh, good. I think between Kia and I don't know who it was, but it was Taipan and someone else. They spun in front of me, and then got that double or triple warning. So I think I might be able to get that removed.
It was Kia and Taipan.
Yeah.
As long as you got your race
Just-
director, you can.
Yeah. But yeah, I felt like I had a good race. Unfortunately, I thought I let through on Magic because I thought he wasn't going to get his pens removed. So that might have been a little bit of a unlucky moment, but
Yeah, well, he still might
it's
have
alright,
one 3-second
but-
time penalty after the end of it anyway.
yeah.
So you might be
But
alright.
yeah, I feel like I had a good race. One of my favourite tracks. So
Yeah,
good to come back and with a podium.
You have a good ORL history here, so
Yeah.
it's safe to say it's a happy hunting ground for you. So yeah, congratulations. We'll now move to Kizzy, who's in, what car is he in? The Red Bull? Yeah, the Red Bull. Okay, didn't want to make a mistake again. So Kizzy, let me just make sure he's still in the BC. Yep, Kizzy, mate. P2 at least for the moment before penalties get shuffled around, etc. Maybe a podium anyway. Yeah, great result from you there to pick up a nice little P2, and just walk us through your race and how you're feeling. If his work.
Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, there you go.
Yep, we can hear you now.
Alright. So at the start, I thought my race was done because I think I hit the side of a Mercedes, and then my whole wing had gone, so I had to pit. And then, lucky for me, there was a safety car right after that, so I could bunch back up with the pack and then make my way through the field. And then managed to escape some close calls, and then slowly make my way up to the field. And then Yeah, and then at the end of the race, I just thought I'd take it steady so that I don't crash, so that I could get good points because I had some few close calls, like sliding at turn 1, so I nearly pissed my pants. And so decided to keep it safe, don't do any risky things, and just hopefully claim a podium.
So it was a good race from you, and obviously you'll bring momentum into round 2 and into the rest of the season on that result. So congratulations with that one, mate, and yeah, hopefully this isn't the last time I interview you this season. I doubt it will be. You're quick, so should see maybe even as close as next week. But we're now gonna move on to the man himself, the man of the week, Zonix. Fucking, I don't even know what to say. Take a bow, mate, with that win. That was absolutely incredible from you. Do you have any words for that, or?
I mean, I thought I completely fucked my race by not pitting onto mediums when like the entire grid did. I thought I was screwed. I remember I was on a VC with PS Bomber and Spicy, and I said I need a safety car like lap 22 or something, and that exact thing happened. Safety car came out, and that completely saved my race.
Yeah, Mickey's wheel fucked itself, so you got lucky.
Yeah.
But still, you had a great race there and picked up a nice little podium. I mean, a win. Sorry, not a podium. Where am I living? Sorry. And that you've obviously got to be quite happy with that. I mean, obviously, I think you would have had a much closer fight with Jaden, but his controller disconnected, sadly. But
Yeah, it sucks for him.
yeah, you got to be pretty happy with that win, and nothing's going to take that away from you. You still managed to bring it home, which is what counts. Because to finish first, as Michael Schumacher said, first you have to finish, and you
Yep.
succeeded in that. So yeah, what are your thoughts coming to the rest of the season? Is your goal to now come through and take that momentum and go and win the chip?
Well, I'm probably gonna go for the championship, but you never know because Australia is probably my best track. So never know how I'm gonna do for the rest of the season, but be consistent, show up each week, and should have a good shot at it.
Yeah, and I got one more question to ask. It actually isn't related to this, but I was just wondering whether you will be reserving in Div 1 or not, because you have the pace.
Uh, Probably not. I'm not sure.
Alright.
I'll know later on.
Thought it was a reasonable question to ask, considering you did a 16.9, and that's quicker than
Oh yeah, that
probably.
was the lap of my life.
Yeah, I mean, I was told your TT
I'm
was a
never doing that again.
16.7. So
I'm never doing that again.
yeah, but you're pretty close to tier 1 pace at Australia at least, so it would be good if you can
Yeah.
reserve later. But yeah, mate, congratulations on winning the opening round, and yeah, congrats. And that will be
Thank
all for tier 2 ORL tonight, or this afternoon, more to the point. And tier 1's time has been moved to 7:30, so instead of being in about an hour and 5 minutes, it will be in a few hours. And I'm not sure exactly who's on the comms there, but whoever is, I'm sure they'll have a great time with the opening round. I'm sure probably I might be there, but we'll have to see. And they will see you then. I might see you then. And that is ORL tier 2 done for this afternoon. Goodbye,
Might
and
be
I'll see you
me.
next week.